Ever wondered how a virus, a tiny particle that's not even alive, can wreak havoc on our bodies? Their minuscule size belies a tremendous power, an intriguing paradox we're about to explore. Well, prepare yourself for a journey into the microscopic world of viruses. So, what exactly is a virus? Well, let's dive into that question. Viruses are microscopic parasites, generally much smaller than bacteria. They lack the capacity to thrive and reproduce outside of a host body. Predominantly, they are composed of 2 or 3 parts: proteins, nucleic acids, and in some cases, lipids. The protein component, known as the capsid, encases the genetic material of the virus. Some viruses also have an outer envelope composed of lipids. Inside this protective shell, viruses carry genetic material, either DNA or RNA, that holds the instructions for making new virus particles. But here's where things get interesting. Unlike cells, viruses lack the machinery to replicate their genetic material and to build new virus particles. They are quite literally incomplete without a host. They must invade a host cell and take over its cellular machinery to complete their life cycle. This leads us to an intriguing paradox. Viruses operate like living organisms in the sense that they have genetic material, they evolve through natural selection, and they can move from one host to another. However, outside of a host cell, viruses are inert. They cannot perform any metabolic functions or replicate on their own, characteristics typically associated with life. Because of these unique traits, viruses exist in a gray area between living and non-living entities. They only show signs of life when they encounter a susceptible host. Some scientists describe them as organisms at the edge of life, given their strange dual existence. In terms of their impact, viruses can cause a wide range of diseases from the common cold to severe conditions like AIDS. Their ability to rapidly mutate and evolve makes them particularly adept at evading the immune system, leading to challenging and ongoing battles for scientists and medical professionals worldwide. So to circle back to our initial question, what is a virus? In essence, a virus is a parasitic entity that relies on a host to survive and reproduce. It's an intriguing and complex piece of the puzzle in our understanding of biology and disease. Now you might be wondering, how does a virus even get into our bodies? Well, let's dive into the intriguing world of viral entry. A virus is like a microscopic burglar, always looking for a way in. It can enter our bodies through various gateways, each as unique as the virus itself. Perhaps the most common route of entry is through our respiratory system. When an infected person sneezes or coughs, they can release millions of tiny virus particles into the air. If we happen to breathe in these particles, they can latch onto the cells in our respiratory tract and begin their invasion. Another common pathway is direct contact. This can happen when we touch an infected person or an object that they have touched and then touch our own eyes, nose, or mouth. The virus uses this opportunity to invade our bodies, but the invasion doesn't stop there. Some viruses prefer the scenic route, entering the body through the digestive system. For example, if we eat food or drink water contaminated with a virus, it can infiltrate our bodies and infect our cells. And let's not forget about blood-borne transmission. Some viruses can enter our bodies through a break in the skin or via the bloodstream, often through the bite of an insect or the use of contaminated needles. So, what can we do to prevent these microscopic invaders from gaining entry? The key lies in maintaining good hygiene. Washing our hands regularly, especially before eating or touching our faces, can help remove any lurking viruses. Wearing masks and practicing social distancing can reduce the risk of inhaling airborne viruses. And ensuring our food and water are safe to consume can prevent the ingestion of viruses. Vaccinations are another crucial tool in our defense arsenal. They prepare our immune system to recognize and fight specific viruses, preventing them from gaining a foothold in our bodies. In summary, a virus can enter our bodies through multiple routes: the respiratory system, direct contact, the digestive system, and the bloodstream. Each of these gateways presents its own unique challenges in terms of prevention and control. So, a virus enters our bodies through multiple gateways, making it a sneaky intruder. Once inside, what does a virus do? How does it infect us? Our bodies are like bustling cities, teeming with activity, and just like in any city, unwanted visitors can sometimes find their way in. Viruses are these unwanted guests, and their mission is far from benign. They're here to hijack our cells and convert them into factories for their own replication. The infection process starts with the virus finding a suitable host cell. This isn't a random process. Viruses are particular about their targets. They are equipped with proteins that recognize and bind to specific receptors on the surface of the host cell, like a key fitting into a lock. This binding is the first step in the invasion process, and it's as if the virus is knocking on the door of the cell, asking to be let in. Once attached, the virus then injects its genetic material into the host cell. This could be DNA or RNA depending on the type of virus. This genetic material is the blueprint for creating more viruses, and it's now inside the host cell, ready to be put to work. The host cell, unaware of the intruder's malicious intent, treats this genetic material as if it were its own. The cellular machinery, which usually works to keep the cell alive and functioning, is now duped into serving the virus. It starts reading the viral genetic material and begins manufacturing viral proteins. These viral proteins then assemble themselves into new viruses within the host cell. It's like a factory production line churning out product after product. Only in this case, the product is an army of new viruses, ready to continue the cycle of infection. Finally, once the host cell is filled with these new viruses, it reaches a critical point. The cell can no longer contain them, and it bursts open, releasing the new viruses into the surrounding area. This is a dramatic moment, marking the end of the host cell's life and the beginning of the new virus's journey. These new viruses then go on to infect other cells, repeating the process over and over again. This is how a virus spreads within an organism, leading to an infection. But this isn't the end of the story. Our bodies are not helpless against this viral invasion. We have an intricate defense system, our immune system, that fights back, trying to halt the spread of the virus and clear the infection. In a nutshell, a virus turns our own cells into virus factories, leading to infection. It's a fascinating, if somewhat macabre, process. But understanding it is the first step towards learning how to fight back. And that's a battle we're all invested in winning. So, how does our body fight back against these microscopic invaders? Well, let's dive right into it. Our body's defense system, the immune system, is our personal military. It's always on high alert, ready to protect us from any foreign invader. When a virus enters our body, the first line of defense is our white blood cells, also known as leukocytes. These are special cells that patrol our body, looking for anything that doesn't belong. There are different types of white blood cells, each with their own special tasks. Some can engulf and destroy the virus, while others produce chemicals that can kill it. Then, there are the lymphocytes, a type of white blood cell. They are the masterminds behind the immune response. There are two types: B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are like the body's intelligence system. They detect the virus and send out an alarm to the rest of the immune system. T lymphocytes, on the other hand, are like the body's soldiers. They attack the virus directly. Some T cells are even capable of recognizing cells infected by the virus and destroying them, preventing further spread of the virus within the body. But the immune response doesn't stop there. B lymphocytes also produce weapons called antibodies. These antibodies are designed to target the specific virus that's causing the infection. They work by binding to the virus, neutralizing it, and marking it for destruction by other immune cells. After the body has successfully fought off a viral infection, some of these lymphocytes stick around. They become memory cells, which remember the virus. If the same virus tries to infect the body again, these memory cells are ready to respond quickly and efficiently, preventing a second infection. Now, what about vaccines? Vaccines are like training exercises for your immune system. They contain harmless pieces of the virus, or sometimes a weakened or dead virus that can't cause disease. When you get a vaccine, your immune system practices fighting the virus. It learns how to recognize it and how to produce the right antibodies to defend against it. If you ever come in contact with the real virus, your immune system will be prepared to fight it off. As we've seen, the world of viruses is complex and fascinating. Despite their tiny size, they can have a huge impact on our health. But remember, our bodies are equipped with an incredible defense system, and with the right precautions and treatments, we can keep these microscopic invaders at bay.